Mate, another slow start obviously cost the team in the end, but it seemed like the same problems that have been an issue of late, rebounding and defending and containment and defensive transition were big keys to the loss. But the guys fought hard again as they did, and the second period was outstanding, but not quite enough in the end of this.
Yeah, no, what you said's right, Matt. 250-point halves that we conceded. Credit to Townsville. And, just disappointing, I guess, from a standpoint. I felt we did a good job with our preparation. And, we're in a hole. Guys have got to find a way to generate confidence from playing D. But you're right, our bench produced, really lifted. I thought Daniel Joyce in the second quarter was terrific, and I thought Cody was good in that first half as well.
So, what's the mood in the playing group at the moment? When you're in this kind of slump, you've been through this before with this hole. What has been the feeling, and then losing, obviously, Angus and Kevin can't have helped, but just generally the feeling in the playing group right now?
We are pretty close-knit, so I don't really think, it's not one of despair or anything like that. We realise we're pretty privileged to be in this situation to begin with, and we've always had each other's back from top to bottom, So we're not down and out about it. We know that we have to lift, and we owe it to the coaching staff, we owe it to the club and the fans, and we take full ownership of the results for the last few weeks.
Defensively, is it an effort thing? I mean, there were times where the closeouts weren't quite there, the rotations weren't quite there. Is it lack of communication, or is it a structural thing, or was it sort of a combination of all three?
I thought having five guys communicate tonight was a problem, and I think it's certainly not a game plan thing. It's just smarts and just smarts and talk. Really, I think it just comes down to that. I think we're a team that puts in effort every week. We always come back. That's our thing. We come back. But we've got to be smarter, and we've got to lift in the communication, like I said.
Execution's been a bit of an issue at times. I mean, you had so many opportunities when you got to within 2, you got to within 4, and even in the fourth period when the Kings made their own, Josh Chilwell steals the ball and misses a shot that he normally would just play.
Yeah, no.
It must be heartbreaking for you as a coach.
Oh, yeah, look, we did miss a lot of easy shots. But, at times we probably played too quick, offensively. And I feel like we need to slow down and execute. We've lost that when we had that stretch where we were playing very well. We had a little bit of poise. Guys would make the extra pass, we'd get it to the second or third side, and we'd stay with, what we're meant to be doing conceptually, offensively. And there's an element of that. And then that hurries up our, then D, and then we stop playing, and we've got to get back to, what helped us be successful when we were winning games. We're keeping teams under 80 points.
Obviously, from a positive standpoint, you talked about the bench, and Daniel Joyce was terrific in that second period. Those 3 threes, not noted as a shooter, as we know, and Cody Ellis as well. And I guess for this team, it's all about getting that contribution from everybody right across the roster.
Like those guys got rewarded, I guess, for they put a lot of work. They all do. I got no issue with the guys and their work rate, and I do agree with Tom wholeheartedly that they've got each other's back. And we've had a little bit of adversity, but it's still, we feel we can play better than what we did.
That was the second consecutive game that Angus missed. I guess have you had much more information about the injury in his?
Yeah, he'll get he's got 4 to 6 weeks. That's the medical. He'll have surgery on Tuesday. To his credit, he tried to go today. And it is a hole. It certainly isn't rotation-wise. And they're big. So you see how well they played. It's just they had a real impact with that. We missed him tonight.
So, So 4 to 6 weeks, that's a fair chunk of the season. So I guess there's a bit of extra onus on your forwards and centres to step
Yeah,
up.
they know that. You know, they put a lot of pressure on themselves to step up. And we just got to deal with the adversity that's been placed in front of us. You know, it's nobody's sitting in the change room crying in their milk about it. You know, and woe is us. You know, it's a tough league, and a lot of teams have had hardship to deal with. We're just one of those teams, and we've got to find a way to perform on the weekend better.
And with Kevin's situation with his back, is it just a 1 week thing, or is he?
Yeah, we're expecting him to be right. You know, and I'm sure he'll come in and provide us a bit of punch defensively.
What's the process now? I mean, is it a matter of just basically going back to work, doing, looking at what you've been doing wrong, or do you have any goal? What are the goals? I guess it's just the next game, really.
Yeah, and that's what we did. I think we got ahead of ourselves, and then we've had injuries that have been disruptive with our flow. But the guys have just got to give over to what we are now. You know, where we're at, and there's still a lot of basketball left in the season. We've got 10 games to go, and it's very, very important we validate the club support and the fan support with the way we play. And I don't think for a moment that any of the guys are trying to escape the season, and we just got to do a better job.
A couple of calls that didn't seem to go your way tonight. A couple of moments when perhaps there was a lot of body contact when you thought there might have been an extra. To leave Paddy Ellis, you thought a couple of times he might have fell. How did you feel about the?
What's your name?
Nathan.
Nathan, it's a good question. All right. Body contact, I don't know whether we should have got more calls or not. But I do know this, we've got to stop playing for calls, and we've got to be stronger, and we've got to have a more positive mindset, tack and rim and convert and look for three-point plays. For us, I felt that we're allowing things we can't control to distract us. And I feel we've got to regain that composure and focus and just worry about what we've got in front of us. Can't control it if you're getting calls or not. That's not, we can control the way we respond. So we can do a better job with that, I feel.
Where do you feel the biggest lack was tonight? I mean, your bench outscored their bench. You had many fewer turnovers, I think.
Yes.
Where do you think the game was really?
Yeah, just concentration. I think they did a good job keeping the court spaced and finding men, and we stopped playing D. Consistently. I would say, without exaggeration, at least 4 times they hit a 3 in the last 6 seconds, 5 seconds of a shot clock. And credit to them, but that's just us too. There was no urgency to contest shots, and we've got to do that. We're doing that, and we can do that. We can get that back, and just losing our way defensively.
Tom, were you really feeling the size of the opposition on the court tonight? I mean, obviously you had guys like Gladness, who was getting up there, he pulled down 15 rebounds, 5 blocks. I mean, were you really feeling that out there on the court, and just how that lack of Angus and so on?
Maybe I think there's a degree of that. It's pretty imposing in the key way, but there's ways to counteract that, and we had that as part of our game plan, and it started with defence, and we didn't really get it done. You know what I mean? I think he's an incredible talent. It's great for the league, but at the same time, the systems they're below us on the ladder, so there's obviously a way to counteract of what he does and his weaknesses he has, and we just didn't get it done.